Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tear, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. And today I'm up to song number 2574, and that one is I Can't Stand the Rain by Eruption. This was a disco hit that came out in 1978, kind of the year of the height of disco. Um, and it was released on their debut album called Eruption. And I guess I'll talk about the song "I Can't Stand the Rain" first. Actually, this was not the original version of this song. The original version came out in 1973, and it was recorded by this woman here, Ann Peebles. She was a soul singer, and she wrote and recorded it in 1973, and it was a hit. It actually barely broke into the top 40, went to number 38. Um, and Eruption's version went all the way to 18, a bigger hit for them. Um, her version was very different. I mean, hers wasn't, they didn't have disco yet in 1973. So yeah, Ann Peebles' version was more just kind of a soul hit. And I've heard her version, and it is very pretty, but it sounds a lot different from Eruption. Kind of like, I think it was, what's his name? Wrote Knock on Wood. Eddie Floyd. That was another soul hit from the 60s that got remade as disco in the 70s and by, who was it, Ann Stewart. And her version sounded a lot different, kind of in the same way, I'd say. I mean, the reason I think I like Eruption's version better because I like that it's sort of a techno rock disco background beat, which I like. Do 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 do. I don't know what kind of synthesizer. It's probably a Moog synthesizer. You can also hear it in the background during the I don't know the intermission break of this song. So I like the Eruptions version, but there were other. Oh, Tina Turner was another artist who came up with a version of this song. Her version, she wasn't released as a single in the USA, but it was released on her multi-platinum album called "Private Dancer," which I think I featured just a few days ago. I did well, maybe not a few days ago, but I featured Tina Turner with another song a few days ago. I think it was what. No, just 2 days ago. It was number 2576. It was "We Don't Need Another Hero," Thunderdome, which was on the soundtrack for Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Another pretty excellent song. I haven't heard Tina's version of "I Can't Stand the Rain," but knowing her, I'm sure it was a very good version. And I'm sure she had delivered it with a very powerful voice, as she always does. Um, anyway, and then I guess I just want to talk about Eruption now. Here's a picture of the band Eruption. Like I said, they were a disco band. They were from England. They were a British disco band. 5 members, as you can see. I don't know what their names were, but they were a one-hit wonder, at least in the USA. "I Can't Stand the Rain" was their only Billboard Hot 100 hit. That's what's called a one-hit wonder when you only have one hit. I guess there's a little bit definitions whether it's a top 40 hit or a number one hit or a Hot 100. But generally, you call something a one-hit wonder if they didn't have either any top 40 hits or even any Hot 100 hits. But they did have other hits in their native Europe. I mean, they had several other hits in Europe. I guess only one really big hit in all of Europe, and that was one. What was it called? One Way Ticket. Here's a picture of the singles jacket. This one was written by a very famous songwriter. I'm sure you guys all know this guy here, Neil Sedaka. I read recently he wrote something like 500 songs, which really boggles my mind. I mean, most of them weren't hits, obviously, but he probably had close to 100 hits. He recorded for a lot of other artists, including this song, I'm talking about right now, One Way Ticket, which was a hit in 1979 out of the USA, but in 9 European countries. 9 other countries, they were all European. It even went to number one in Austria. I think it went to number nine in Eruption's native, UK. Um, and I'm featuring many, many songs by Neil Sedaka coming up on my list. Some, right, performed by him, and some not. And I think his best known song, or his probably his biggest hit he ever had, was "Love Will Keep Us Together," which was a hit by Captain. That one's coming much much higher on my list. I'm not going to say how high. You'll have to wait and see, but you'll see me feature that one in about 7 years, and you see me feature several other of his songs sooner than that. So anyway, that completes my profile of "I Can't Stand the Rain" by Eruption. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.